I'm Gil, and this is Brooklyn Gardens. So today Dave's with me, and he brought up a few of his grafts. But we just want to talk about some of the plants that he has. So he'll be bringing plants up maybe from time to time. And today we have 5-needle pines, white pines, Japanese white pines, the parvifloras, Pinus parviflora, and then on the other white pines, they're mostly strobus, right? The eastern white pines. So some different cultivars. But well, before we get started on that, talk about your little Japanese maple there a little bit. So.
Well, this is a new maple broom that I found on a Lion's Head maple, and they named it Lion's Cub, and so everybody seems to want it. It's real brittle, but this is an air layer we did a bunch of them, and that it's a cool foliage little plant. Kind of looks like ganja.
Kind of a little tiny leaves, kind of typical. I mean, the Lion's Head, the Shishigashira is always it's an old cultivar, goes way back, so it's been popular a long time, and I have 3 in my own yard. I know you've always you've got the big one here that I don't know. It's been in videos before, but it's when people see it, a lot of times it's the biggest one they've ever seen. So it's a real interesting one. But this one, slow grower. So the mature plant, the plant that this came off of, how big is it?
Just average size.
You think it's?
And I have 3 phases of the picture of the broom. Broom's actually quite large now.
Okay.
It's probably 6 by 6.
Right.
We did about 15 air layers and did probably got 14 to take. 12.
Well, we'll switch over to the conifers, and we got these Japanese white pines. You've got a group out here.
Right.
Why don't you talk about those? Those are real miniature ones.
Yeah, so Isley came out with the Kimpo seedlings, and they were released Kimpo 3. So then I was dinking around, and they released some no-namers at a nursery down in Woodland, Washington. So I grabbed up the best ones, I thought. But I got these grafts. I just call them Fast Grove and that, and Flat Mac. This was a real flat one. And these are, I think these are 2-year grafts. And this one I grafted on the black. So I did a bunch of blacks versus whites, strobiformis versus strobus, and
by black, you're talking about Japanese black pine.
Yeah, Japanese black pine.
Pinus thunbergii.
And a lot of people go, oh, it's going to croak. Well, guess what? It looks good. And I was telling Gil, I grafted a bunch of cork bark parvifloras on a mixture of strobus, and I've lost 50% of those. And then I have probably 30 on blacks. Haven't lost any. I'm in the high 90% with those.
So I think, were you the one that was telling me that the Japanese have been doing that for a long time?
Yeah, for bonsai and that. So that's why I did all the cork bark parvifloras, the Arakawas.
Arakawa, yeah.
Arakawas. And I like those a lot.
So moving forward, we're going to talk about a few other cultivars of the Japanese white pines. And Dave, what's the first one? This is a Kimpo right here.
Yeah, these are just the main ones.
And
main Kimpos.
This is still a Kimpo here.
Then the seedling came from the cones here. It wasn't a broom.
Yeah.
And that.
And then this one here.
So these will get bigger.
Oh, this is a Regenhold here.
Yeah, Regenhold.
That's one of my favorites too.
Beautiful color on it and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's a few others. Are there others that are kind of like that too? They're pretty comparable, or cultivars?
I mean, Oi and all those.
Yeah,
Yeah. I like Nana because everybody wanted the real small one and that. So then kind of went after the color and with this.
Yeah.
But I've had pretty good luck with the seedlings at this point with the new grafts. Like I said, the stock plants I bought they croaked all but one. Flat Mac is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I control the water on it quite a
Sure.
bit. And that's in a pot culture. Maybe in a ground,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be more regulated with heat and
When they're so
water.
small like this, you always got to watch the rabbit issues in that too.
Yeah,
Yeah, but in the ground, it's always if you can get them going,
yeah.
they like being there. So Dave, why don't you talk about Blue Dreamer a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know too much about Blue Dreamer. I seen the color and really liked it. Once again, it was probably a Isley introduction type thing.
Do you know the
And
growth rate on it?
it's slow, but it can get
And it'll
3
make
foot
a
by 3 foot.
globosa
Yeah.
bun. Yeah. Okay. So.
And then Thai cushion, which is kind of a rare one.
Mm-hmm.
I brought tubes because the different the color. I don't know. Might be my fertilization or something, but that's kind of a rare one that came out in the 80s from a lady from
Taiwan.
yeah, Taiwan.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
She introduced that
Uh-huh.
Thai cushion, and then some European ones I don't really even know. I just like these are real
Needles are
dwarfs.
really small on some of
Uh-huh.
these. So is this one what? Oh,
Yeah,
this
I
is
just got that from Crowsfoot.
uh-huh. Teo Nishiki.
Yeah. So I've been kind of leaning towards the little ones more.
They fit the small spaces. They're good
Uh-huh.
for collectors, and
Mm-hmm.
this one's got a precious jewels.
Yeah, that's from Jim.
So you're talking about Jim Singer?
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
yeah. He's been really active in the dwarf pulvifloras. I'm hoping to get in there and get a bunch of cuttings. And this was one of his seedlings, and it's named after his wife, Precious Jewels. That's like 3 years old.
So we're mentioning Jim Singer. We're just going to mention that Jim has a YouTube channel too, but it's just 3 videos, 1 short and 2 long. But if you want to see a beautiful garden, you should watch those videos. So and then just watched a video yesterday with our friends Dan and Jeannie, and they were on a channel in the garden with Claudia or something like that. So, but both have beautiful gardens. So we've got a couple more here. I've got one of my older Japanese white pines that's a dwarf here too, but this one's called Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
And so this Japanese white pine came originally from Nathan Miller down in Canby, Oregon. Kind of the next to the last one we're going to talk about is Jim's mini curl.
Yeah.
What do you know about this one?
I just know that it's been around for a while. I got this from cuttings from Bob Fincham, and he has one that he's had forever. It's like 3 by 3, and once again very tiny, 2-year-old graft. Probably gonna stay with the real minis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do the Larry Stanley thing, and he has quite a few plants, but he won't take anything that grows more than 8 inches. I just want these little ones.
And that's that mature size.
Yeah.
So maybe much. A half inch a year.
Yeah,
I
mean he's got something like 200 and some plants on this little Potsy stamp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's really good. I'm horrible. I gotta have it all.
Yeah. Talking about our friend Larry Stanley, who was, back in the Dave, when you were starting out, he was he and Bob Fincham as far as the rare conifers,
right?
Kind of the go-to people. Yep. Back in the 80s,
still
and
very
70s
knowledgeable.
and 80s. Yeah. So he's vice president of the Western, conifer society,
right.
our chapters. So we're gonna look at this one. This little Japanese white pine is called Miyama, and I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a little bit older that I've had for about 8 years. I'd say it's about 8 years old, and could be a little bit older. But this is what you would expect out of some of these, and some of them are even miniature and would just stay, quite small. But for the small garden, and as far as you could keep a plant like this, Dave, just by doing pruning on it,
yeah,
and selective pruning by taking out, the central leaders on different ones, and it doesn't take all that long. Clean them up, and you can keep a pretty much the size you want once it gets to this size right here. So
you can prune them, enhance the infrastructure, so you have really an interesting trunk and stems and that.
Just showing that
It
interior.
invite me over, I take all the cyanwood off, and then you got small plant.
Yep, there you go. So you go for it. So we'll wait next February or so. I don't know when you timing on parvophores. Do you have a particular time of the year?
I do them a little bit later. A lot of guys do them early.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the good news is too, I found 3 new brooms, so we'll be harvesting one Doug fir and 2 Sitka spruce brooms.
Okay.
So that's kind of exciting too.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to show everybody, a few things we have. And Dave, can you bring some more up in another?
Yeah, maybe bring some black pines up.
Okay.
And I got at this point probably, I don't know, 600 cork barks in production. And they're not corking, so but that's fun. And
show them at an early stage of their development. But
and I got probably find homes for those.
We'll do some on the mature ones. We'll go next door.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much sold out of my Japanese black pines, the big ones right now. But we'll get another video of the fields and what we will have available next year. So I just want to thank everybody for joining us on this video, and I hope you join us on the next one. And we'll see you then. Bye.